James Mangold says he doesn't want his Star Wars movie to be handcuffed by George Lucas's lore. He recently spoke about his upcoming Star Wars movie, noting he doesn't want to be handcuffed by George Lucas's lore. His Star Wars movie is still going forward, confirmed by an origin story for the Jedi Order. He was the director of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which I believe is a game. I believe so. Or no, the game was something circle of something.
Yeah.
I guess it was one of the last movies which really sucked.
Yeah.
Mangold explained he wants to focus on creative liberty, unburdened by decades of beloved lore established by George Lucas. So, in essence, he wants to ruin the shit out of it.
That's
There's
what
a
I'm
reason.
saying.
There's a reason we have continuity. There's a reason people fall in love with stories, not to have them retroactively changed.
What the hell is he thinking?
Oh, clearly he wasn't. He said, to me, the really important aspects are the freedom to make something new. George Lucas's storytelling pattern for Star Wars was meant to be like poetry, giving it structure and depth. Mangold apparently wants to defy this traditional method to work in something original, as he put it. He
It's
told
gonna
movie
stink.
he told MovieWeb that the film will take place thousands of years before the main Star Wars story. It's an area and a playground that I've always wanted to explore, the director explained, and that I was inspired by it as a teenager. If he was inspired by it, why does he want to change it? Again, he doesn't sound like a real fan. Real fans don't be like, I'm a fan of this. Let me get in it and fuck it over.
Oh,
Oh, what?
I just can't believe that he's gonna do this. This is gonna stink.
Well, he's not the only one that's done it, but we'll get into that. I'm not that interested in being handcuffed by so much lore at this point that it's almost immovable. Well, that's what lore is, you know? I mean, it's the established part of the story. So people is like, I have a solid part of the story to follow, and it's based on this. The precise date of the film within the Star Wars timeline, according to Mangold, is 25,000 years before any other Star Wars film. When Disney acquired Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy declared all previous books and games no longer canon to Star Wars lore. This allowed her and her followers to make whatever they wanted under the Star Wars name and brand. So, yeah, when they gave it to this Kathleen Kennedy woman, which you've seen them make fun of her on South Park, they basically said, change anything you want. So they had this, multi-billion-dollar company essentially, and they're like, let's give it this bitch, ruin it, wreck it, have at it. Why would they do this?
Maybe I don't
In
know.
in, in other words, goodbye, Shadows of the Empire, and hello, the Acolyte.
The only thing I can imagine is they got tired of running the company or something. I
Okay,
mean,
the Acolyte is the one that introduced lightsaber haircuts and force babies, where three lesbian witches chant to each other and sing a song, and a baby is made with the power of the force. I believe, yeah, a twin black babies, if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, not to mention, if you didn't read about it, they also encouraged the dark side and basically said the dark side is better and that's the way to go, and they were pushing the dark side throughout the Acolyte.
yeah. Oh,
All right, so we were just talking about homos in space. The Acolyte was lesbians in space.
That reminds
making
me.
force babies. The power of one, the power of two.
That reminds me of the Muppets. You know that skit where the Muppets do pigs in space? Oh,
In Legends, he says the Jedi Order evolved from a religious act sect known as the Jedi, I don't know, order on the planet Tython. The Jedi sought to find harmony between light and dark sides of the Force. He then explains how the light and dark scholars split to become Jedi Order and the Sith. This was expanded on in Star Wars The Old Republic video game in 2011. But since the entire game was declared non canon by Disney the following year, this was not the canon story for very long. So there was a previous set story on how the Jedi and all such to go along with it was established. And then they shattered it when they gave it to Kathleen Kennedy. Story group leader of Lucasfilm, Pablo Hidalgo, I don't know, discussed this. He noted by saying, I like the idea that Rey is going to be our Skywalker, but she's not a Skywalker by blood. Then, for our purposes, the Skywalker name is really a metaphor. It doesn't have to be something that's directly connected to her bloodline. So there's been Jedi. One
yeah.
was named Skywalker. Now they're saying no, that wasn't, that was a title, that wasn't his name. And this title has been passed on and was there from the start and all such nonsense.
I can just hear all the Star Wars fans heaving a great wail of disapproval, you know? So, okay, so Luke Skywalker wasn't really Luke Skywalker. That was a title he was given.
That Oh, he was, but they've just retroactively changed it. They wrecked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They wrecked it. Oh, well,
It now denotes someone as a protector of the balance of the Force. This would mean, in fact, that the first Jedi that ever existed in Star Wars was essentially the first Skywalker. This could be why the Rey movie was rumored to have evolved after Dawn of the Jedi was announced. If so, fans should expect the entire history of Star Wars to potentially be changed. I've seen that movie, but here's the thing, I don't recall a moment of it. And that usually means it was a really shitty movie.
I know I watched that movie. At least I think I did. But I'm like you, I don't remember it. I'm starting to wonder if I fell asleep through it or something.